Hey, what's up, All-Stars? This is Aaron from websiteallstars.com. Today I want to show you in a quick lesson how to do PHP includes. Now, a couple quick things to think about in regard to PHP includes. First of all, it's the very most basic thing you can do in PHP. PHP is a very complex language. There's a lot that goes into it, and we are barely scratching the surface of what its purpose is. But I want to show you how to simplify your site with this. And the easiest way to kind of think of this is kind of like an external style sheet. If you're familiar with external style sheets, you'll understand that there's a single CSS file that contains the styling for your entire website. So one file that controls the style for your entire site. The way PHP includes work is very, very similar. We're going to take a single file and plug it into all of our HTML files, and it'll plug whatever content we put in there. So to get started, we need to be working with a PHP file, not an HTML file. So I'm starting with an HTML file, and I've already done this to my other files, but I'm going to show you what to do with your index file, and then you just repeat this process for everything else. So I have my index file open. I'm going to go ahead and close it for now. And I'm in Dreamweaver, but you can do this in any editing app. And I'm going to change my file, the file format from HTML to PHP. And like I said, I've already done this with my other files. So I'm going to click on it and remove the file extension .html and replace it with .php. It's going to ask me if I want to update my file, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we're good in that sense. Now, for organization's sake, I'm going to go ahead and create a folder and call it includes. Now, depending on how many includes you have, this might make sense. If you have one, it may not make sense. That's your call, but I'm going to put my files inside of an includes folder. So let's go ahead and open that index.php file up. Now, with PHP files, it doesn't typically work as far as like testing it out. You usually have to upload it to a server unless you have something running on your local machine that allows you to do PHP. There's different things like XAMPP and MAMP and things like that that you could definitely use. But for now, I'm just going to post mine onto a server for ease, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our navigation, which is repeated on every single website, and we're going to put it into an include file. That way, if we ever need to edit our navigation, all we have to do is open up that single file, change what needs to be changed, and then we can go through and just upload the PHP file and it'll update our entire site. So what I'm going to do is take my navigation tag and copy it. For now, I'm going to also comment it out. You would typically remove it, but for now, so you guys can see it, I'm going to leave it there. I'll just comment it out. And I'm going to create a new file. So File, New. I'm going to go to Blank Page and go to PHP. And I'm going to delete everything that's in it. The only thing you want in this include file is the stuff that you're going to plug into place. So I'm going to paste my navigation menu. I'm going to go ahead and save it into my includes as nav-main. Now I use a prefix of nav because I might have other navs or other navigations that I'm using as includes. Make sure it's saved as a PHP file and go ahead and save it. Now you'll see that it's not styled or anything, and that's fine because it doesn't need to be here. Go ahead and close it, and what we're going to do is go into our HTML, or into our index.php file where we want that navigation to go in, and we're going to go ahead and add a PHP tag. It opens with a caret, question mark, PHP, and then closes with a question mark and a closing caret. And in between, the PHP code that we're going to actually put in here is include space apostrophe the file path. So in this case, includes /nav-main.php and then apostrophe to close it. Now, when I save it, it's going to show up here. That may not always happen. It does depend on the editor, but in many cases it won't show up. Dreamweaver will allow some of this stuff to work. Other ones may not. But you'll see that our navigation's back in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically do the exact same thing. I'm going to copy this code, and I'm going to open up my other 4 pages that I have linked. So locations, services, about, and contact. And let's go to each one, and I'll just delete my navigation and paste in that include tag. Again, go to the next page, remove the navigation, paste in the PHP. I'm going to do this for each of my files. So what I've just done is I've replaced my navigation with a PHP include. So let's upload this to the server. Now, there's a couple things I probably do need to double check. I'll let this upload, but let's go ahead and open up that nav-main.php, and if I'm looking at this, my navigation is actually not correct. I have the HTML file path. So if I take the .php and just replace it and save it, and then I'll upload that as well. And when I test this out, we'll see that we have the file here. Now, navigation's there, it's working, goes to each page. Every page is there, it's showing up. Now let's make sure that it's the PHP include that's working though. So I'm going to go back into Dreamweaver real quick, and let's change this. Let's change this from locations to location, or let's do store, something that's really obvious. And if I upload that the nav-main.php file and I refresh my page, now it says store. And it works on all of these. So it's something to, at the very least, take into consideration that to simplify your site, you could be using PHP includes that will allow you to make one change to your entire navigation, and when you upload it, it affects your entire site. So very, very simple trick. It might get you started with PHP because once you're using PHP files, you can start to integrate a little bit more and a little bit more. But this is a good starting point. It's a good way of simplifying your site. If you have any questions about this, feel free to post them in the comments, or on websiteallstars.com there's an ask page that you're more than welcome to ask questions about this tutorial or any other tutorial or anything that you would like some help with. I would love for you guys to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, sign up for the newsletter, keep in contact. But thank you for watching.